Well, Helen Ivory and Elizabeth McKeachie, we've got some people like this, those two in our wards as visiting teachers. Nobody gets by them. They just, hey, those two locked arms and off they went. And they went through the neighborhood and, they took them several days to get to every home. And one evening, they were on their way back. They thought, almost everyone. And they were crossing a little street. And the street was a dirt alley, actually. It wasn't even paved. And Helen glanced down the alley. And she saw at the end of the alley, sandwiched in between these commercial warehouses, a little garage. And the garage had a light coming through the window, and there was a curtain at the window. Now, if it was a garage, there probably wouldn't be a curtain at the window. And she thought to herself and said to Elizabeth, "Do you think somebody lives there?" Well, you can just see the dialogue. "Oh, I don't know if anybody would live there. I mean, that's a garage." "Well, I know, but there's a light on." "Well, do you think we should go down there?" "Well, I don't know, but we told the bishop we would seek out everyone." So those two locked arms, and down the red carpet they went. Except it wasn't a red carpet. It was mud. They walked down to the end of that alley, and then with all of their polish, they knocked politely on the door. You can imagine it was in the era where women wore gloves and dresses to go visiting teaching and to canvass the ward. Well, they knocked on the door, and pretty soon the door opened. "Oh, somebody does live here," they thought. And there was this older man standing at the door. They squared their shoulders and they said, "Hi, we're from the ward, and we came to see if you'd like to subscribe to the Relief Society magazine." And this man looked at him and he said, "Well, when's it going to come? I'm 96, And they said, "Well, it comes every month. And it has wonderful words in it about Jesus Christ and wonderful messages from our prophets. And it might make a difference in your home," as they're looking at this very, very stark little garage. And he goes, "Well, let me ask my son. Come on in." So the two of them make a home visit. And then Helen and Elizabeth started to talk to these two men and found out they hadn't been living there very long, and it was really the only place they could find or that they could afford. And they thanked them for letting them come into their home, and then they beelined it over to the bishop's house. It was a year, almost to the day, that Bishop Monson and Charles Ringwood and Joe sat down in the Salt Lake Temple to receive their endowments. Bishop Monson was the escort, and Charles and his son were there in the temple to receive their endowments. They had been in the lost membership file for 25 years until Helen Ivory and Elizabeth McKeachie knocked on their door. Who was sitting on the other side of the room in that most spectacular day in the lives of those two men? Helen and Elizabeth. Is there any question that they understood where they would find Jesus Christ? Seek this Jesus comes with the responsibility to look for him down alleys and across the room and with someone you may not even know. Seek this Jesus. Learn of him. Believe in him. And then follow him. That's how we become like him.